evening, Pacific Harbors Council, and welcome to our virtual roundtable. I got some awesome stuff tonight. As you all know, it's a special time coming up. A lot of PACs are going to be celebrating the Blue and Gold Banquet. So I brought a special guest with me, Miss Diana Stokes, Cupmaster of the mighty PAC 007. And she's going to talk to us about some great ideas and some themes that you can do for your PAC. So Miss Diana, what do you got for us tonight?
I have a lot. So this is my favorite time of the year because I get to go a little bit crazy celebrating with the Scouts. Because you know, we're celebrating birthday.
Crazy's good, right? You're talking about fun and kids.
Oh yes.
We like
fun.
crazy.
So I have different themes tonight to kind of give everybody a bunch of different ideas when we talk about games, activities, how to get parents involved, how to get the Scouts involved. But the most important part, like you said, is to have fun.
To have fun, exactly.
So nobody wants to be sitting there. So for me, it always starts with the decorations. Some PACs may do it where they have a regular PAC meeting and do awards, or you just have food and eat and
you're gonna celebrate. Yeah, exactly.
So, totally up to what you guys want to do. Here we have a little bit of a camping theme, along with Legos. And a great way to get the Scouts involved in this could be a simple decoration, a jar in each table full of random Legos, and then they can create their own design. So these are just some random Legos my kids have recently built. There's even special camping ones that, of course, I couldn't find among the millions of Legos.
Of course.
But there's also a cool way you can incorporate camping. So why not use a s'more stick, preferably with the caps on so you don't poke any eyes out. You can bring some nature in, fake or real. We want to leave no trace though, so we don't want to take anything down that we don't have to. You have your chocolate bars here as a nice little log and your campfire. Each table can have that as well, or you can do it however you want. These are some jars that I've used at Christmas time. You can use them at any time, and what's really great is I try to be thrifty, so everything we'll see I've used in more than one format.
That's thrifty.
So that's camping, that's Legos, that's STEM.
What's this over here?
That's the best part. So this is a great way to get the Scouts involved. They can make a placemat for the table. So my son drew this earlier tonight for the campfire. He even made sure we had the tools to cut our wood. We've got our people, and because it was too much of a hike, we came in and buy a helicopter, and that was pretty cool. He was excited.
Very nice.
And he's got his fire ring, everything is safe, and that was actually one of the things he articulated. So as a leader, you can be going over the safety elements too with your Scouts.
Awesome.
So
I love that theme.
Another theme that I have done in the past is a night theme. We made outfits out of pillowcases, and we went bobbing for apples. So this is a container I've used more than one time. I also made a castle out of duct tape and cardboard with a full drawbridge, but
very nice.
That's kind of big and too bulky, so I couldn't bring it tonight. But there's different options, and I've used these lanterns before for that as well to kind of give it the different hue. Again, the lights there, and you'll see the lanterns throughout as well. Another one is doing Scouts across the country. So believe it or not, it doesn't just happen here.
Nope.
So there's a cool little game that they can do. It's actually in 216 countries. They can go in and try to name as many random countries as they think they know. You can have maps on the table. You could do different flags. You can do different foods from different countries. There's a lot of different ways that you can incorporate the different cultures. What does scouting mean there? You could do the neckerchiefs. There's a lot of different ways you can incorporate decorations and games from other countries. That would be really fun to do too.
Awesome.
So that's what we have over here.
Okay, what do we have over here?
Over here, we have like a underwater type theme. So I've got shells. You could do individual fish bowls at each table if you have like the really small one. You can go digging for gold. So you could have like sand at the table. You can have the seashells. You can see if you hear the ocean. There's other games that you can do. You can go fishing. So the little fish game where I try to catch on it. Do you hear anything?
Nope.
No mermaids?
It's telling me to shut up and let you talk.
I thought it was telling the other way around. So that's something that you can do, and it's really fun. It's simple. The kids can make their own pictures. Again, we made another placemat. We had fun. You get a lot of creativity, and they can do whatever they want. And if you put them in like a page protector or laminate them, they can keep them continuing on.
Yeah, they can keep
so
them.
you can assign each den a different role throughout it. So one den can come up with the different games, one den can do the placemats, somebody helps with the food, setting the tables, so that way everybody's involved.
Okay. So that means you're not doing everything yourself as a Scrum Master?
Hypothetically, that's what's supposed to be happening. I struggle with that, but that's one thing I plan on next week at our committee meeting is recruiting families to help participate. So I make a whole day of it and take off the whole day at work because I just have so much fun. But this year, because we're here, we have a much bigger facility, I really am going to need that extra help. And I don't want to have to cook all the food, so that's something else to consider is your pack providing food. Or is it a full potluck? What's happening? So that's where you need to get the committee involved and figure out what's doing that.
You want to get your people involved. You don't want to do everything yourself, or just a couple people doing everything yourself. You want to get everybody involved in the unit.
Yeah, and you want to be able to delegate and bring everybody's strengths in. So having that family talent survey is a great way to look and review that and get everybody involved.
Okay.
So, my last theme that I have, because I think I talked about every one of them. Yes. So my last theme, this is from last year, and I had so much fun. So 2 years ago, I did the castle, and I had tons of duct tape left over. I mean, we're talking like 9 big rolls of duct tape. So we went with National Treasure, and I was like, okay, well, we could do Pirates, or we could do Indiana Jones. So I went with the Indiana Jones, just so I could use the duct tape. Right. And I made a boulder out of that duct tape for an obstacle course.
Oh,
and we had the troop there to help run the obstacle course, so that was another way to do the pack and troop combination. Awesome. So different activities. So I kind of talked about some things that we gift our scouts. I made bags for them, and then we filled them up with fake snakes, and they got some gold. And then they also got an Indiana Jones style hat. And these are all from like the dollar store, so that way it's not spending a lot of money for us.
Thrifty.
Yes. And then I had a wooden crate, so that worked out well. I got these at Michael's for a couple bucks. This is something that's been in my family for a couple generations, so that works out. You could use a camping lantern. Again, you can go back to these lanterns.
Go to those.
One thing one of my parents had a lot of fun putting together is he cut PVC pipe into blow dart guns.
Oh, nice.
And so the scouts had a lot of fun, and we found these all over between pom-pom balls and cotton balls. So the scouts had a lot of fun with those.
I bet they
Cleaning
did.
up was not so much fun. And then so with this meeting, we did awards. And we had the girls just come in, so there was a lot of recruitment, there was a lot of extra families, so it was a lot of fun. So we had gold, silver, and ruby out there. Everybody had their gold as well. And there was a giant snake draping, so they had to be very careful coming to get their awards so it didn't bite them. But these are just some of the things. And then obstacle courses are really easy to implement into any theme, any games, and it's just really getting the scouts active and getting them moving.
Well, and I also like the fact that you talked about their troop came over to help you as well.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's important that the troops come by and also assist in that and help with that. Because, I mean, you want those boys to continue on when they cross over. So
Absolutely.
when you see the Boy Scouts there, I think that's a great thing. So that was good.
And then this year, with the girl troops forming, we can also have them start coming as well, so that way we get that recognition as well. And so our young Cub Scouts can see both troops helping out and getting involved.
Excellent.
So, and one of my favorite games that the Scouts had fun, kind of remember the snowman, right?
I did.
Okay, so Indiana Jones, there's the pyramids, there's stuff, there's mummies.
Yes.
So, dollar store toilet paper.
Single ply, huh?
Single ply, but you know what? Tonight I brought the double ply, I believe.
Okay, good.
It's the heavy, ultra strong. So, but we need to make a mummy. We can't just show them.
Okay.
Yes.
I got an idea.
You do?
I do. I have a special guest.
Oh, let's bring
John
him.
Spiegelberger. Why don't you come on up and he will be our mummy.
Hey, what's
This
up,
is a
guys?
pretty big mummy, isn't it?
Wait, mummy? What?
Yes.
I thought you needed my help with something.
Oh, yes, we do need your help
Yes,
with something.
please hold.
There you go.
We'll use this one now.
Okay. You hold that one.
Okay.
Miss Diana's got you.
Hold on. All right. You ready?
Ready.
How are we going to do this? Gotta make sure you have lots of toilet paper for these tall people.
Yes, and he is tall.
And you always want to get your parents involved so they can be your mummies. And the scouts would love that. So nice of you to stop by, John.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I pulled the Diana. It's okay. We'll fix it.
So these types of games you can do as relays. You can just do it for fun.
We need to get the top. We gotta get the top.
Yes.
It really should be fun because these things break. It's funny. It's okay. It's okay, John.
You can breathe, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Good deal.
All right, I think they get the picture. Why don't
Yeah.
you hold this for us?
Got it?
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Stay
cool.
right
Yeah,
there.
Hold that.
So
All right.
other games that you can do too that are super simple, you could do beanbag tossed with just something random from home. I've brought a hula hoop that can be as simple. And you can also do like a tic-tac-toe. So going back to kind of the
This right here?
Legos.
Okay, yeah.
If you have colored plates, you can do that. You don't need a board. You can just use some tape, put it on the floor, and you're good to go. And this can keep the scouts engaged. I think you have this really great game where you run to.
I do.
Similar,
It's
so
a tic-tac-toe, and the object is there's already a board on one end. The kids are on this end, and they actually have the same color rags.
Oh, okay.
And they're set up in teams, and they'll run up, drop one of the rags on one of the squares, and they have to run back, and then the next kid goes, and then they keep going back and forth till someone gets a tic-tac-toe.
So there's a lot of variety in different
Yeah.
styles
Oh,
of
yeah.
games that you
Oh,
can.
yeah.
So besides your themes, you need to make sure you have your decorations of whatever sort of what you want to do based on your budget. Activities to keep the scouts busy. The scout involvement, you want to keep the parents involved. But there's other things that you need to consider too, like how long is your program? So that kind of comes back to, is it a pack meeting or is it just a
Right.
celebration? Keeping everybody involved. Tablecloths. If you do a tablecloth, I suggest something reusable or that quick dollar store you can throw away and be okay for your budget.
Yeah, exactly.
Food, always important. You want to keep them engaged. Reusing, as you can see, there's several things throughout that goes both ways. Getting those adults, getting that committee meeting going.
Yes.
But most importantly, keeping the scouts involved with the decorations, the activities, the games. But most of all, everybody should be having fun.
Exactly.
Right, John?
Oh,
Having
yeah.
fun?
Yeah,
For sure.
Looks
All
like he's
right.
having fun. All right, outstanding. Well, thank you very much, Diana.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's all kind of things you can do for your Blue and Gold banquet. I've seen things such as, bake-offs and things like that. Raise, money for the pack. You can do all kinds of other games. So be creative, and you know what? Make it fun. You don't want to be dull, right? Because once you make it dull, then your kids are going to lose interest, and then all of a sudden you've got mayhem on your hands. So you want to keep the kids involved, you want to get the siblings involved, and you want to keep the parents involved as well. Because you know what? At the end of the day, they like to have fun too. So have fun, make it a great time for everybody, make it a memorable time, make it a great family outing. Until next time, keep on saying. Good evening, Pacific Harvest Council. I've got a special treat for you tonight. I've got a very special guest with me, Mr. Franz Vega, Cub Master of the mighty Act 32 from Lakeshore District. He made a very cool zoo as part of his pack activity today. So Franz, what did you come up with this thing?
Basically, I found this on Pinterest, and it's very simple to make. You just go get a sheet out of PVC pipe, and then you take some PVC pipe, and you just cut 3 pieces. One at 6 inches, one at 3 inches, one at 1 inch, and then you take a grocery bag, and you cut into 2-inch squares, and then all you're doing is taking the pipe, putting it together, one into one end, other one into the other end. Take this one, wrap it around, push it on in, and then you got your kazoo. As you can hear them in the background.
You just press it the short end or the long end?
Go ahead.
Short him. All right, let's give it a shot.
All right. Obviously, we can't idle here because we ain't going on, but
That's not how you do it.
all right,
Here's
tell
something
us.
going on, but hey,
Hey.
you want a quick little activity to give you a good idea for your pack? This is one of them. So until next time, keep on scouting. Good evening, Pacific Rivers Council. And tonight I have a special guest and a special presentation. So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about Wood Badge. And if you haven't gone to Wood Badge, you're missing out. This is fun for adult leaders. You will not be disappointed. So if you have the opportunity to go to Wood Badge, I encourage you to do that. Our next Wood Badge course is 1, 2, 3 May 2020. It's the first weekend. And then the second weekend is 23 to 24 May 2020. So you have a heads up, you can plan, and I hope to see you there. I have a special guest with me tonight, John Spiegelberger. He is from Timberline District. He is one of the unit commissioners, and part of his Wood Badge ticket, one of his goals is he's going to talk to us tonight about family scouting. So we have some great stuff coming up, family scouting wise, and John's going to tell us a little bit about it. John, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, glad you came to see us. So what do you have for us?
Yeah. So, as you guys know, coming up here on February 1st, this is going to be we're going to start allowing girls into our older youth program. You know, the Scouts BSA program, right?
Right.
So this is a really exciting time for all of us in scouting. One of the things we're finding, you know, now that we're starting to let girls in at the Cub Scout level, is that we're recruiting a lot more youth. Not just girls, but also boys as well, because now that they can let, you know, both siblings in at the same, you know, unit the same night, it's getting more and more youth involved, which is, you know, I think a really
That's
good
awesome,
thing
yes.
overall for the program. So one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight was some of the information, you know, kind of like what we should expect
Right.
as far as like, you know, what's going to happen and kind of what we might expect to change kind of going down the road. So one of the biggest things is, you know, as far as advancement, everything is exactly as it always has been, right? You know, the girls, when they come in, they'll start out as a scout, and they can work their way up all the way to Eagle if they so choose, right?
So nothing's changing as far as that's concerned. That's still staying the same.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So you know, all the unit youth, you know, the advancement for the merit badges and ranks and all that is exactly the same. So, and one of the other things that's really exciting with the girls coming into the Scouts BSA program, we're now also going to be letting the female youth into the Order of the Arrow.
Right.
So, Order of the Arrow, for those of you guys who don't know, that is Scouting's National Honor Society. It's a program within the Scouts that is dedicated to promoting camping, you know, serving, leadership, you know, and all these, you know, really trying to promote those ideals of scouting, right? And now that we're going to be having some of the girls in at the older youth level, we'll be kind of expanding our membership as well for Order of the Arrow.
That's great.
Which is really exciting.
Yeah, that is good. Mm-hmm.
So, one of the things, though, to kind of clear up some common misconceptions, you know, some people are thinking, you know, why are we making scouting co-ed? Well, it's not really, we're not really making the program co-ed per se, because we still have to have separate, you know, troops, right?
Separate troops, right.
So you can have some of the same adult leadership for both the boys troop and the female troop,
The boy troop. Mm-hmm.
but you know, you have to have a different scoutmaster for each of the units to help kind of provide, you know, that strong leadership at the top, right? And
One of the scoutmasters one of the leaders has to be a female leader.
that is correct.
So
Yes.
if you do be a scoutmaster and one of the assistant scoutmasters has to be female.
Yes, that is correct. But it doesn't, you know, one of the other things that, you know, a lot of people have been saying was, oh, I heard that the scoutmaster has to be female, and that is not accurate. It just has to be, at least one of the ASMs has to be female. You know, and just like with all of our 2 deep leadership, you know, we have to maintain that with the females as well, and take it to another extra kind of step, and by making sure we have at least one female leader on all outings and at all times, right?
Right.
You know, so we can maintain that good 2 deep leadership.
Okay, and I've also heard that the boy troop and the girl troop can share the committees.
Yes.
They don't have to have separate committees. So if they're just starting the girl troop and they're just trying to get leaders, they can share the committee. As long as they have separate scoutmasters, separate assistant scoutmasters, they can share the committee, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, and that's going to be beneficial, especially for, like where I come from in Rochester. We're a pretty small, very rural area. So, a lot of the girls that we're anticipating kind of joining our troop is going to be coming from, the families that we already have in the troop. So one of the things that the council is doing, coming up on January 23rd, the council is going to be pushing towards having all the units that are going to be having girls, having a recruitment event in their area. So the reason they want to do it on the 23rd is it's easier for them to do like the kind of Facebook like mass push for the advertising on one day instead of having it spread throughout, various different days like we normally do for our recruitment events. Because they really want to make big push, towards getting the message out as far and as wide as we can, right? So it's up to the individual units to kind of host that event in their area, but the council is going to help out with some advertising for that event as well. And also one of the other events we're going to be holding coming up on this 1st of February is going to be a Scouts BSA kickoff event at Camp Thunderbird. Right. And so this is going to be a real, kind of a hoorah kind of event to kind of, show the girls what the scouting program is all about and what all the fun they can have in this program is.
Exactly.
And that's important because February 1st is also the first day they can actually officially join, right? So you'll see, like you guys have in your area, with Lacey here, we have some of the troops have kind of started to, have the Girl Scout hanging around, kind of learning the program a little bit as kind of lead up to this, which is good. And it's really important, to kind of get them used to it. We had our event a couple months ago, talking about, the camping event at Thunderbird to kind of get the girls kind of acquainted with camping the scouting way,
Right. Exciting times.
It is really exciting, yeah. And so some of the things that the National's been putting out to kind of help advertise, they put out some frequently asked questions. That's where, so they have, kind of to dispel a lot of the myths and misconceptions. They want to try and encourage, the correct information. They've also put out a lot of good advertising stuff, like this. I know you guys probably can't see this very well, and that's okay. I don't need you to look at it and read it or anything. But this is a really good infographic that National's put together of kind of the, do's and don'ts of how to best advertise, our scouts, and introduce family scouting to our communities.
And it's important to remember that it's called Scouts BSA.
Correct.
And you have boy troops and girl troops.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people need to remember that there's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't call it anything else other than Scouts BSA, girl troop, and then you have a boy troop as well. So that's
Right.
important to remember that when we're talking about scouting, because we don't want to, confuse people by calling it other different names. So I think that's really important to remember as well.
Yeah, the branding is definitely a really important aspect of this, and making sure make sure our message is consistent and correct.
Right. Exactly.
They've also got some another graphic. This one's really small. I'm sorry, I didn't print out as well as I would have liked it to. But this graphic is a really good representation of kind of how the units break down. A lot of you guys have probably already started doing some girl recruiting at the Cub Scout level. You have maybe some, like you'll have this in your troops in your senior pack with some of the boy dens and the girl dens, right? Mm-hmm. So that's cool for the packs, but like I said, at the troop level, it does need to be that kind of. You can have your meetings kind of at the same place if your charter organization decides to go with that route, right. But you do need to kind of have your meetings separate, separate patrols right. And all that kind of stuff, and then up to and including the senior patrol leader, especially needs to be, a different person. It needs to be one of the girls from the girl troop as well. But yeah, so I think this is a really exciting time. I think we're gonna see a really good, significant growth. Hopefully, our membership, we can maybe promote, the ideals of scouting.
Yeah, definitely. Like we said before, I think it's exciting times. I think that Laura Baden Powell would be proud of what's going on in the scouting program. Now. With the girls joining the Cub Scout packs, having their own dens, and the girls now having the girl troops, I think it's awesome. Family scouting. The girls are already attending a lot of the stuff that the boys were doing anyway.
Right.
So why not include them and give them that recognition, right? So I think we've definitely moved in the right direction, and we continue to do that.
Yeah.
So John, I appreciate you coming out and talking to us about family scouting. And I know this is part of your wood badge, your ticket. This is one of your goals, 1 of 5.
Right.
So thank you for coming out and sharing that with us. And for all of you out there, if you're working on your wood badge ticket and you need to do something with a Roundtable, I think this is a great thing that you can do. Come on out. We're gonna have a chat. Or we can do different things to make sure that you're getting that information that you want to get out. And we want you to satisfy that requirement for that goal for your wood badge ticket. So that's important, and I think this is a great way to do that. And again, if you haven't been to Wood Badge, I encourage you to go. Like I said, it is outstanding program. You will love it. You will have a lot of fun. You will make lifelong friends. You will get all kinds of information. It'll be great. Like I said, next year in 2020, it's in May. Those 2 separate weekends. So if you can, start planning now. That way we can have a great course next year, and you can have a whole lot of fun. So until next time, keep on scouting.
Good evening, Pacific Harbors Council, and welcome to our OA meeting. This is our virtual roundtable, and my name is Lee, and I'm your host for this evening. I am out here in beautiful Camp Thunderbird. You should see the weather out here. It's actually absolutely gorgeous, and it's October. I have a very special guest with me. His name is Gene Victor, and he is the adult advisor for our Nisqually Lodge. Gene, thank you for joining us.
No problem.
How you doing?
Good. We're having a fun weekend out here at Thunderbird for the Craft and Sweet Fall Fellowship. We have a lot of games. We have human foosball, gaga ball, we've got table tennis, cornhole, hungry hippos, lots of board games. So out here just having a lot of fun and fellowship out here at Camp Thunderbird.
Outstanding. So how many of the lodge members do you have here tonight?
We have approximately 75 of the lodge members out here this weekend. Some arrived Friday night, some are coming in today. We're also having our general election for our lodge officers and our yearly general meeting here this evening after dinner.
Outstanding. So there's something special going on, before the end of the month.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, we have our lodge banquet is on January 12th. It'll be at in Lacey at the Catholic Church, St. Martin's, and we are going to present our lodge awards for the year, as well as having a silent auction for the NOAC contingent for 2020, raising money to help reduce the costs for the individual members to go. We'd really like to see people signing up for that. It will be available on the Pacific Harbors Council website in the very near future.
Oh, outstanding. Sounds like a really good time there.
Well,
Hope to see you there.
Yes.
So there's something else going on too. I mean, we got recharter season going on and everything.
It is recharter season here at the Pacific Harbors Council, and the OA is no different. Each of the scout troops and Sea Scout ships and stuff should have got a OA recharter packet. In the packet is renewal membership forms, where to go camping forms that we'd like to be turned in, as well as our unit election forms. It's time to schedule your unit elections. Unit elections run between January 1st and April 15th. And new this year, our Sea Scouts and our venturing crews are able to do elections after February 15th. February 1st this year. So please get your election schedule with your election team, fill in that form, so we can get our Order of the Arrow members elected and able to participate in the ordeal.
Outstanding. Thank you, Gene. So let's not forget that. Let's make sure we get that stuff turned in because it's important for our youth.
Remember that the check for the membership, if the unit decides to do a check for OA recharter, that is to be separate from their national recharter forms. Those are two different places.
That's very important. That's right, because that stays locally.
That's
That doesn't
correct.
go to national like the rest of the
Right, that's correct.
So
Those
that's
are
very
our local
important.
duties.
Yes, so make sure you remember that, folks. Make sure you keep those two separately because they're different funds. Well, Gene, thank you for very informative. Let us know what the lodge is up to and everything that's coming up. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right.
Until next time there at Pacific Harbors Council, keep on scouting.
Good evening, Capital Area District and council folks that are joining us this beautiful day out here at Camp Thunderbird. My name is Lee and I'm your host for this evening. and today we're going to be talking about the Order of the Arrow. So this is our OA Minute, and with me I have Zach Victor, our Lodge Chief with us, and another treat, Gene Victor, our Lodge Advisor. So Zach, what can you tell me about what's Order of the Arrow all about?
So the Order of the Arrow is the National Camping Honor Society of the Boy Scouts of America. It's the official honor society of the Boy Scouts. So with this we focus on service, while many of like your Eagle Scouts and other projects in your troops might focus on the community. The Order of the Arrow, we focus mostly on helping out the council camps and other stuff, along with the community too.
Okay, outstanding. So you are the Lodge Chief. So tell us, what is it that you do as a Lodge Chief?
So as a Lodge Chief, I run all of our executive meetings for the Lodge, and I also help lead and represent our Lodge whenever necessary.
Outstanding, thank you. Gene, so I understand that you are the Lodge Advisor. So
That's
what
correct.
do you do as the advisor?
As the advisor, to be pretty cliche, I advise the youth. This is a youth-run organization, and so when the youth have questions, my job is to make sure that they are able to find the answers that they need, and also make sure that they stand within the values and the missions of Boy Scouts of America and the Order of the Arrow.
Awesome. So Zach, you know, we're out here in Thunderbird. It's beautiful right now. So there was something special going on this weekend.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
So this weekend we hosted Conclave, which in the section WNN, which consists of the 2 lodges in Alaska and then the 3 lodges in northwestern Washington. With this, we brought all together and we put aside our differences and became more of a community in the Order of the Arrow. We had over 300 people attend, and from our lodge we had 113 people come, which 100 of them were staff. So we had fantastic numbers, and we had a fantastic time all weekend long learning new skills and having lots of fun through games and fellowship.
The theme was Step Right Up.
Step right up.
Step right up to leadership, step right up to fun and fellowship. We had human foosball, we had Gaga Pit, we had jousting, all kinds of midway games. We had popcorn, we had cotton candy, deep fried Twinkies, all the normal healthy carnival food that we like to have out here having fun and fellowship with the Order of the Arrow.
That's right. So Conclave, right? This happens every year. Is that correct?
Yes, this happens every year. So this year it was in Camp Thunderbird. Next year we're gonna all go up to Alaska and have a great fellowship. And then the year after that, I believe it's going to be at Campfire Mountain with Chiefs, having 6 mocks.
Which is the Mount Baker Council.
Mount Baker. Okay. So we have. So how many councils are in
In our section,
section? Yes.
we have six councils in the section. 2 from Alaska, and then we have Mount Baker from Bellingham area, Chief Seattle Council, and of course Pacific Harbors, the leading council.
That's right. And we were the host this year. That's
Yes.
what we did at Camp Thunderbird, correct?
Yes.
So every year it gets rotated around between each lodge.
That is correct.
We kind of combined the Alaskas.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. All right. So that's outstanding. So how many people did you have?
We had 113 here. Currently in the lodge, we have 366 members. We're looking to move towards 401, and unit elections will be coming in our recharter packets. Our unit elections are from January 1st to April 15th. We'd like to make sure that each unit gets an Order of the Arrow election schedule.
Okay, outstanding. Well, Gene, thank you. Appreciate your time and everything you do. You as well, Zach.
Thank you.
So look for that information in your recharter packets, and let's make sure that we support our Order of the Arrow, because they come back and support us as well in all the units, the council, and the district. So we had a great time out here tonight. The weather was beautiful, as you can see. We got a little sunshine, we got a little rain, we got a little wind. We had a little bit of everything. So it was a great time. Until next time, keep on scouting.